We move on, Richard. We're going to preview Napoli and Barcelona, which take place tomorrow. But before we do that, Inter have made a change. Not Inter. Napoli have made a change at manager. Sorry, Inter fans. I didn't mean to scare you there.
He's going to Bayern. No.
Yep. You all knew what I meant. But Napoli will be heading into this match against Barcelona in the first leg of the Champions League with a manager who has never been a manager slash head coach at a club level throughout his entire career. He's always been an assistant, was a technical coach with Napoli in the 21-22 season. He has been Slovakia's manager through European qualifying. Did Slovakia qualify for the Euros?
Yeah, they finished second in their group.
They did. Okay, so they are in the Euros. Francesco Calzona is the manager that we're talking about. Someone who spent some time at Napoli, was maybe one of the second in line or third in line to Spalletti, while there, and then moved on and took the Slovakia job, and now they're calling him back to Napoli on a short-term contract to try to fix things. Thoughts on this decision? I guess I'll take a wait-and-see approach because it really can't get any worse for Napoli, can it?
No, I mean it can't because it's a circus right now. You can't get any worse than that. Even if they, continue to drop points, it's still not going to be as bad as three managers after winning the Scudetto. It's interesting, this hiring. The experiment continues. We talked about this many podcasts ago. Control versus the experiment, and the control remains, and the experiment continues to mutate. Yeah, I don't know what to think, and obviously everyone's gonna fall back to it. Hey, Spalletti left, and it's funny because back then when Spalletti took the job for the Azzurri, one of the big arguments was that Spalletti can't coach the Azzurri and Napoli, but here you go, you got Ciccio Calzona. He comes in and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna coach both Slovakia and Napoli, and everyone's like, wait, what? I thought you can't do both. So I don't know if it's an FIGC thing or what the heck's going on there, but he's going to be coaching two teams. It's an interesting hire. I'm going to be a wait and see just like you. I think he has familiarity with the players, which is going to help immensely, right? Just to get that getting to know everyone phase a little bit better. At 1 day notice before Barcelona tie, he's not going to change much, and he said that in the press conference today. If you guys haven't watched it, go check it out. Very good conference. I think Di Lorenzo was the other person in there. Speaking of shit shows, we talk about how ADL has been handling this whole manager saga. You watch the press conference, the guy who's leading the press conference for Napoli, that was a shit show. He was just all over the place, interrupting the coach when he's talking. He needs to do better than that. Anyway, I digress. Calzona. So he took on the Slovakia job, head coaching job, back in August 2022, and really they were kind of floundering at that point, and he kind of stabilized that ship, and now they're they got 7 wins and maybe 1 loss, and I think the loss was to Portugal, maybe 2 losses, and they're both with Portugal. Nonetheless, they qualified. Slovakia, obviously in the Euros. Hamsik speaks loud, praises him a lot. Calzona, to his credit, has also worked with Spalletti. You mentioned that. Also Sarri, also Di Francesco. He mentions that in his press conference. I noticed that Calzona is a man of short of words. He doesn't say much, at least in the press conference he didn't. You compare how Di Lorenzo was talking versus Calzona, and Di Lorenzo spoke a lot more. He was very eloquent, obviously, Di Lorenzo is, and not that Calzona wasn't saying anything important. He just, kept it short to the point. Maybe doesn't want to say too much now because it's just, a whirlwind for him. But I think he's going to have to stabilize the ship. And he even said it in the press conference where it's not so much about tactics. It's like mentality and making sure that they understand that they can play with conviction, because I believe in them. This team is good. They won the Scudetto last year in record fashion, and then this year they've shown glimpses of that. This team has it in them. They got to do better, and that's what I'm going to try to instill in them. And I think that's the best approach to do at the moment, especially with a short turnaround like this for tomorrow. Just kind of go and just put stuff in their head and say, you can do it. He even said, I'm going out there to win. We're going to win. We're going to go out there to win. We're not going to draw. If we get a draw, if Barcelona forces us to draw, great, good on them. But we're going there to win. We're going to win every game. We don't care who the opponent is. And that's the mentality you want to have as any kind of manager. And I think hopefully he can kind of instill something that Napoli kind of get back on the right here and start figuring things out, because they have talent. Cavara, Osim, and Gonja is now stepping up, and Politano and all these other guys. So we'll see. I'm a wait and see like you, but it can't get any worse.
No, it can't. And so, yeah, I don't have any real wild predictions to throw out there, except that maybe there was just something with Mazzotti that the players just did not, the point didn't get across to them. And now a guy who's been familiar with the way Spalletti did things, familiar with the way Sarri's done things over there, there might be some improvement. There might be a bump. We'll see how long it lasts. He's going to have till the end of the season, and then we'll see where Napoli go from there.